I didn't plan to record this. If I'm being honest, I didn't even want to remember it. But 3 nights ago, while packing my things, I found the audio recorder again. It was sitting at the bottom of a box I hadn't opened since winter. The batteries were still inside. Still charged. And when I pressed play, I heard my own breathing, slow, uneven, followed by a sentence I don't remember saying. If you're hearing this, it means I stayed too long. That was when I realized the recording was never meant to explain what happened. It was meant to warn me. I moved into the house in early November. Remote work, no neighbors nearby, cheap rent, all the usual reasons people convince themselves isolation is a good idea. The place was old, but not abandoned. Clean. Structurally sound. Quiet in a way that felt intentional. The landlord told me only one strange thing during the walkthrough. Sound travels oddly here, he said. Especially at night. I laughed it off. Old houses creak. Floors settle. Pipes groan. None of that bothered me. What bothered me was how silent it became after midnight. No wind. No insects. No distant traffic. Just silence so complete it felt pressurized. The first night, I woke up at exactly 2:17 a.m. Not startled. Not from a dream. Just awake. I lay there listening. That was when I heard it. A soft clicking sound. Rhythmic. Mechanical. Coming from somewhere inside the walls. I assumed it was heating. Or old wiring. I rolled over and forced myself back to sleep. The next morning, I found the recorder on my desk. I didn't remember leaving it there. I've always recorded notes. Ideas. Reminders. It's a habit from years of freelance work. Still, I was certain I'd packed it away weeks earlier. I checked the files. There was one new recording. Timestamped 2:18 a.m. I pressed play. At first, there was only static. Then my voice. Low. Careful. I can hear it again, I said. It's closer tonight. I stopped the playback immediately. I don't sleepwalk. I don't talk in my sleep. And I definitely don't calmly narrate my surroundings while doing it. That should have been enough to leave. I stayed. Over the next few nights, the recordings continued. Always between 2:15 and 2:30 a.m. Always my voice. Always describing sounds I couldn't remember hearing. Footsteps. But too slow. Something adjusting itself. It's learning the layout. During the day, everything felt normal. Warm light through dusty windows. The smell of old wood. A sense of peace I couldn't explain. At night, the silence returned. And underneath it, something waited. On the 6th night, I stayed awake. I sat on the edge of the bed with the recorder in my hand, watching the red standby light. The house was still. Too still. At 2:16 a.m., the clicking began. This time, it wasn't in the walls. It was above me. Slow. Deliberate. As if something heavy was shifting its weight in the ceiling crawlspace. I raised the recorder and pressed record. That's when I heard my own voice speak, before I did. It doesn't like when I listen. My hands started shaking. I whispered, "Who's there?" The clicking stopped. Then came the sound of breathing. Not mine. I don't remember lying down. I don't remember falling asleep. I woke up in the morning with the recorder clutched against my chest. My throat was sore. Like I'd been talking for hours. There was a new file. This one was longer. In it, I calmly described the layout of the house. Room by room. Closet by closet. I mentioned where I kept the spare key. Where the floorboards creaked. Where the walls were thinnest. At one point, I laughed softly and said, "It prefers when I don't move." I packed a bag that afternoon. I didn't leave. Something about the house felt expectant. As if leaving without permission would be a mistake. The final night came without warning. No clicking. No silence. Just sound. Movement in every direction. Above. Below. Inside the walls. Slow at first. Then purposeful. I turned on every light. The recorder activated itself. And then I understood. The recordings weren't documenting the house. They were documenting me. My routines. My fear thresholds. How long it took me to react. How long it took me to freeze. In the last recording, my voice was steady. Resigned. It doesn't need to hide anymore, I said. It knows when I won't run. There was a pause. Then a sound I still can't describe, like fabric stretching around something that shouldn't bend. I left before sunrise. Didn't lock the door. Didn't look back. When I reached the road, my phone buzzed. A notification. New audio file created. Timestamp, 2:17 a.m. Location data attached. Not the house. My current address. That's why I'm recording this now. Because the clicking has started again. And this time, it's coming from inside the room.